Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Casual Sports Talk Podcast, NHL Week 6 and 7 edition. And now we got a gentleman right over here who's disappointed that he put all his cowshy bets on Colorado to win a Stanley Cup, to know that they're going to lose to Vegas. Here's Chris.
The series isn't over yet, Stu.
If anybody could come back in like the history of comebacks, it would be this Colorado team. But it's looking bleak.
It's looking bleak. It's the fat lady is not singing yet, but she's about to warm up. She's like,
it's the curse of the President's Cup trophy, huh?
The curse of the President's Trophy.
Right. And no team since 2013, the Blackhawks.
Yeah, and now we got a gentleman right over here who's disappointed that his prediction on who's going to make the Stanley Cup playoffs finals is not going to be true because of Colorado choking against Vegas. Here's Douglas.
Hey, Stu, my pick's still alive. Didn't you pick Buffalo? I don't even see them there.
I said Vegas. I did say Buffalo and Vegas.
Exactly. Ooh. So I still have a chance at 2 for 2. Best you can do is 1 out of 2.
Yeah, but
I think we're both gonna go 1 for 2.
I think it's looking 1 for 2. But anyway, gentlemen, sorry. Like I said last week that we did not do a podcast. It was my dumbass that is struggle busting with the technology. But we're back for this week. We're going to do the doubleheader of week 6 and 7 of both NHL and NBA. So, gentlemen, before we start, how did you think about this week's NHL?
Go ahead first.
Yeah, surprised. The Avalanche obviously being down 0-3. That's very eye-opening. When last time we had a podcast, we were very optimistic that it was going to be Colorado and Carolina in the finals.
If you thought it was going to be 3-0, you probably thought it would be Colorado 3-0 against Vegas.
Exactly.
Well, and that's what the NHL playoffs are so fun. Like, I feel like the NBA, it's like usually the better team wins in a 7-game series. Hockey, Vegas, I was looking at them and they're like 39-27 or something crazy this year. Like, regular season doesn't mean much. They're obviously up 3-0, about to be in another Stanley Cup Finals, but man, that is why I like the hockey playoffs the most. When you get these weird ones, you're just like, wow, I can't believe that, this team that, and any other division, they might not even made the playoffs, and here they are 1 win away from the finals.
Yeah, 1 win away indeed in this one. But we figured, this week we talked about a little bit on this week's NHL. We got to do some eulogies first up. We'll do a quick one. Like I said, the Anaheim Ducks lost to Vegas. At this point, it was 3-0. We all knew that the eulogy was about to come right over here in Anaheim. But gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts on the Anaheim Ducks? A team that I feel like did a lot better. First time since 2017 they made a postseason. And they won a playoff series against the Oilers, but couldn't beat Vegas in the end.
Yeah, no final thoughts. I think last time when we were saying basically just do the eulogy now because there was no chance they were coming back because they were getting smoked.
Yeah, we were like, let's be honest, there's no hope. There was no hope on that one. But, I can't get mad at the Ducks. They did really well. They made a postseason. You can't get mad at this one.
Yeah. There's definitely different styles of playoff eliminations. There's when you're a heavy title favorite and you lose, it really hurts. When you just made it and you're happy to be there, it almost feels like winning a playoff series is good enough to, be the reward.
Or you're 3 and you're I would say the choke artist of the Tampa Bay, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Just saying. That's a third one where it's just you can't even get past this level. Dog shit of a team.
Well, yeah, that's every year you think you have playoff Stanley Cup Finals hopes and you lose in the first round. Those ones hurt.
Yeah, those ones hurts, and especially when it's just you're kind of your history or your legacy is always, that's a team that chokes. But Anaheim is not one that chokes. I think that's glad that they made it far. Will they make a postseason next year? TBD, but we'll see. But you can't get mad. How can you get mad at this season? You're Anaheim. You literally a semifinals series team that made the semifinals twice. You can't get mad at that.
Well, and to just quickly pull it into to a team of interest to me, it's like this year felt like last year for the Pistons, where it's like, yeah, it sucked to lose, but we're happy to be there. Where this year it kind of sucked a little bit more, where it's like you get the 1 seed and you lose. It's like there's very different feelings. Like one feels a lot more disappointing, where for Anaheim it's like, okay, hopefully you can build upon this. Like maybe this is just your first step to true Stanley Cup contention right now.
Yeah, I definitely do agree. I mean, there could be some true cups, Stanley Cups, so on this team and here, right over here. And unfortunately for the Anaheim Ducks, the Vegas decided to go duck hunting and took down the Ducks.
Yeah, they weren't very mighty in the series.
They were not very mighty in the series. And then now we're going to talk about another disappointing team, the team that I picked to make it to the finals, but it did not happen. The Buffalo Sabres losing the 4-3. It was a great Game 7. I am not going to lie. That was probably one of my favorite Game 7s. Like, go to overtime, and they win it, mind you, with 8 minutes left in the first period, and they score, and Montreal scores. Montreal Canadiens score over here. You can't get mad at that. You can't get mad, but
it does suck to lose. Number one, sorry to go back to the Pistons again, but losing Game 7 at home sucks. No matter how you slice it, even getting destroyed or losing in overtime, it sucks. And then seeing Buffalo at home, Game 7 in a series that they're favored in to lose in overtime, that one's just a lot more disappointing than the Anaheim series. Like this one, This one's going to sting for Buffalo for a minute.
Yeah, and I feel like that there's kind of like a little bit of and the worst part is about that Game 7. Buffalo was behind 2-1. The momentum was going to Buffalo. The game, I felt like Buffalo was doing better. I think even the shooting percentages in overtime, Buffalo was doing a lot better on the shooting percentages, was shooting more than Montreal. But they just got that one good shot, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
We can't get – what do you do?
Still, I mean, if Kenny Atkinson is correct, you can analytically win a game but still lose it, okay? You can analytically win. We could still be down in the series 3-0.
I didn't hear him say that, but I keep seeing all these memes about Kenny Atkinson about like how statistically or analytically we won 2 out of 3 games. Like, dude, we're down 0-3 in the series. Calm down. Yeah, back to this series. I remember saying on our last podcast, like when Montreal won in Buffalo, I was like, there's no way Buffalo's gonna come back and win 2 straight games. I mean, yeah, to force overtime, Game 7, the 2 best words in all of sports, Game 7.
What a series, though. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. Like, that's the type of series that you want. Like, that's just, like, back and forth.
I mean, Game 6, I was not going to lie. When they went 8-3 at Montreal home, I was like, does Buffalo have this series? I know we talked about it. We were like, last time in the pod, we were kind of like, well, I think Montreal got this series. I was like, Buffalo might got this.
Yeah.
I think, but I do kind of agree. I do feel like this is a much worse sting than probably Anaheim, because I feel like Buffalo could have potential of doing something, going really far in this one. And even though this has been a successful year, first time since 2011, was the longest team in all the major sports to make it in North America, to make it to a postseason. It's crazy to think 15 years, and they won a postseason playoff series.
Just something in the Buffalo air that seems to now let the whole city want to win in the playoffs, huh?
Yes. It's such a disappointment. But I figured we got to show one of these disappointing we got to show this goal right there. You hear 6 different calls. I figured we'd got to do a quick clip right over here, gentlemen, of what happened right over here.
Duke, it ricochets for Texier. Away from point. Swivels it back. Wayne Hudson scores! Canadiens
Also, they did it typically, but that's okay. We did this.
That was round 1, wasn't it?
Yeah. So what were we looking for there in the clip there?
Oh, I was just saying all the cup wins that they done in overtime. Overtime.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Montreal has had a lot of overtime games, it seems.
Yeah, that's always the tough part about this one. But But I will say, you have any final thoughts on the Buffalo Sabres?
I mean, what, first time in 17 years they made it to the postseason. I mean, heck, they really showed up and beat the crap out of Boston in the first round.
Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah, and then like we said, we love a game 7, especially in hockey. It's unfortunately that they couldn't get the victory in game 7, but hey, hopefully they can do it again next season.
Yes. And unfortunately for the Buffalo Sabres, they unfortunately sabered themselves out. Actually, there was a stampede. Now I just realized there's a stampede of buffaloes, and it fell down a mountain.
Oh.
Kind of gruesome there, Stuart. A bunch of buffalo running off the side of a mountain.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, I didn't take out Josh Allen on the way down. Let him win.
Right. Hopefully, he wasn't camping.
Keep Josh Allen off that mountain.
Keep Josh Allen off that mountain. Don't worry. We'll talk about this team in September right over here. And look at that. We did our 2 quick eulogies right over here. And now we got to talk about the other 2 games right over here. I figured, gentlemen, do you want to talk about the surprise of the series right over here? Which was...
probably the surprise of the playoffs.
Yeah.
In the entirety, man. Like Doug's mentioned, maybe we'd be expecting the Avalanche to be up 3-0, not reverse and be down 0-3. Oof.
Well, in the last game, too, they went up 3-0, I think, in the first 5 minutes of the game.
I was watching that. It was crazy.
I was like, they're pissed. They're going to beat the brakes off of them. And then Vegas said, nah, bro. We're going to rally.
Yeah, just like, ooh.
How fast was it 3-0 there, Stu? Like, how fast did they score all 3 goals in the first
Yes,
6 minutes?
Go the first period.
7 minutes and 13 minutes.
Okay, so in the first period, I guess.
Yeah, 7 minutes left in the first period. They're up 3-0.
And it's crazy to think about it. Like, and then the second period starts, and it's like goal. Wow,
yeah. 7 minutes left in the second period, tie 3-3. That's crazy. And then the third period was a whole night.
Let's put it this way: what are the isn't it like a small percentage odds? It's like a 5% odds of a team to go up 3-0 and they lose that game.
Probably.
I should look at it on ESPN. Every time there's a team that's blowing the brakes off someone, I should look at their winning percentage and just note it, like whether on a piece of paper or in my mind. I don't know if it was like, I don't know. I don't think it'd be 95%. Well, maybe it would be 95% chance of winning. Yeah.
It has to be in the 90s. Like, it has to be in the 90s. And it's just like, how do you blow like that late? I mean, I love Colorado, but it's like, is the curse of the President's Trophy, let's be honest, gentlemen, the curse of the President's Trophy lead to another year of them not winning a Stanley Cup? Like,
here's the thing. 4 times in NHL history, a team has come back from 3-0. And I am not going to count out the Colorado Avalanche until they're out. Because I think there's an avalanche coming, Stu. And it's coming down the mountains to Vegas.
Vegas is going to freeze over.
Vegas is freezing over with this avalanche, Stu.
I was going to say this. Douglas, would you want to put a $20 bet on this one?
$20 on them coming back from a 3-0 deficit? I would need some odds on that.
Yeah.
100 to 20.
100 to 20? Oh, yeah.
No.
No.
I mean, I actually think that they have a chance, but no, I'm not feeling it.
You're not giving up that $20.
I feel like if I went online, I could get a lot better odds than that.
Yeah, maybe 5 to 100, like $5 to $100, maybe.
$5 to $50.
So I get 50 if they come back. I owe you 5 if they lose.
Yeah.
Done. Sold.
Shake the hands. Shake their hands. We got
Avalanche. Let's go Avalanche.
I hope they at least win 1 to add some suspense.
Yes. And hey, look at the good news. Is the worst case, you don't have to pay for my YouTube TV for a month.
There you go. That's a good point.
Like a month and 3/4.
Yep. Best case for you, you get an extra 5 on top of the usual fee.
Yeah, let's go. But yeah, I will say that Vegas is probably going to win this one. Maybe Colorado gets like 1 or 2, and then that's it. I think that's the best they're going to do.
I mean, game 4 tomorrow in Vegas. If Colorado can pull out a victory, it's 3-1 going back to Colorado. Maybe they can make it 3-2, heading back to Vegas for game 6.
I think the most surprising part is like every win's been a 2-goal win. You know, like you expect better out of Colorado than losing by 2. Like if it was overtime games, but like it looks like they're just kind of getting beat pretty consistently here. That's the worrying part.
Well, I'm sure Cale Makar, I think he was out the first 2 games. I know he was out for at least game 2. But
yeah, that is a big factor. So I mean,
and he's the defensive man or defensive player of the year, more than likely. I don't know if they've announced it yet.
Yeah. As a biased person, I do have a hard time with how good Vegas has been, because this would be their 3rd or 4th Stanley Cup since they become a franchise.
Yeah, this would be their 3rd time making it to the finals since they started 2018. It's crazy, and they won 1 other cup, and it was against Florida.
See, that is insane. If they
that was in their first 3 years when they won that Stanley Cup.
Yeah, that's more success than a lot of other franchises that have been around for a long time, or like Toronto since the 1970s.
Yeah, there's been teams, Douglas, Chris, that we've been fans for 25 years that haven't done dog shit in the post. Just saying. And there's teams that's been less than a decade and they can make a postseason. They can win a Stanley Cup.
Almost twice. Let's go Vegas. Plus the Vegas head coach. He's the old head coach of the Columbus Blue Jays.
Yeah. Good job.
John Tortorella.
John Tortorella, the infamous man, the man that almost started a fist fight against another team. Or was it? I forgot what it was. I think he was with. Was it with Boston? No, he was with the Rangers, and he almost did a fist fight against Boston with the Boston players.
The Boston players or the Boston head coach?
No, the Boston players. He literally almost got into a fist fight.
Wow,
good for him, dude.
That's what hockey's all about, though.
I mean, I gotta love Tortorella. Like, I still it sucks that it didn't work out for us in Columbus, but hey, it's working out. Like, and I think they hired him like midway through the season, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, it was definitely midway through this season or something.
Yeah,
we just know that he wasn't there for the entire season with the Knights.
Yeah, I think they fired their coach in December, and then they hired him midway through. So that's pretty impressive. There's a very few teams I can think of. The Blues, I can think of. There was that one year they fired their coach when they were dead last, and they came back in January and won a Stanley Cup with a brand new coach.
Mm-hmm.
The Cavaliers, 2016, fired their coach in the midseason.
Oh yeah, we fired Coach David Blatt. Oh man, I love
David Blatt. What a guy.
Yeah, and then we hired Lou, Tyronn Lue.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
It is funny. Never happened in the NFL, though. I feel like once you fire your coach, you're going to be bottom 5 of the worst in the NFL.
Well, I feel like the NFL, you only fire your coach once you're out of contention.
Yeah.
Like these other sports, you usually have enough time to actually turn it around.
Yeah, maybe the only thing I can think of is that the Raiders that one year when they fired John Gruden, but that was like extenuating circumstances where.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the whole Dan Snyder had a scandal, and then he's like, oh yeah, I got these racist emails. Let's them look at John Gruden now.
You know, I've seen John Gruden on a couple of like YouTube shows, and like I kind of hope he gets back into coaching at some point. Like he seems like he fired. Like I don't know if you guys watched the Golf Invitational last summer. But he was there, like he was one of the contestants, like he was giving them pep talks and stuff, and like Gruden's got that energy in him. It was fun.
I mean, I like Gruden. I mean, granted, I feel like he was kind of past his prime. I did not like him in the Raiders organization. I felt like it was kind of bad.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, he was a great coach in the 2000s, but there's just some people that's just like, yeah, you should probably never come back. Belichick, just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was past his time in the NFL. Like that one was like, yeah. I mean, 2 years later, and they're back in the Super Bowl after they got rid of him. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Still the craziest trade, I will say it. Like that was I think that was the year when Oakland traded him to be the Tampa coach for some players, and then Tampa won that Super Bowl against the Raiders. That was that one weird year. It was like the one weird trade.
Mm-hmm. That was quite a trade.
That was a great trade. But now we got to talk about one other things. And now we got to talk about Montreal versus the Hurricanes right over here. It's now a 2-2 series right now. As of right now, right over here.
Right, yeah, 1-1 series, 2-2 here in Game 3. And that's why I've been kind of sidetracked. I've been paying attention to this game on the side here. And It's a good game 3 right now.
Honestly,
I mean, this is going to be a fun series, it seems. Like, I think we all kind of thought the Hurricanes were going to blow them out after sweeping the first 2 rounds. But
yeah, then after game 3 when the Canadiens, monster mashed them 6-2, I was like, oh my goodness, Canadians are here to play.
and then they came back and went to overtime and beat them by like 1. Good for them, the Hurricanes. But honestly, this is actually a lot more of a closer matchup than I thought. But maybe we're underestimating Montreal because like Montreal's dirt. Like they're scrappy. Both series came back. They were like a 4-3 series. 4-3 against the Lightning. 4-3 against the Sabres. This could go to Game 7.
well, and that's what I think. Yeah, no, it is fun when it's this competitive of a series.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Colorado can make the other one more entertaining too.
So, fun fact: the Canadiens, they swept the season series with the Hurricanes. They beat them all 3 games. Canadiens 7-5, Canadiens 5-2, and then Canadiens 3-1. So yeah, they've had the upper hand for the season.
Good for
I mean,
them.
honestly, I should ask you this, Douglas and Chris. This is interesting. On this podcast, we don't know who's going to win this one for next week. Who do you think is going to win this series? Gun to your head, who's winning this series? It's 2-2. It's a close game.
Whoever wins this game tonight.
I might go with the Canadiens.
I mean, I'm going to stay with the Hurricanes personally, but like I wouldn't be shocked either way.
I feel like, but honestly, if the Hurricanes like lose to Canadiens, it's just gonna suck because it's like 3 years in a row you made it to the semifinals. You don't have to play against your arch rival against the Panthers, and then you lose to another team who you felt like was probably more inferior than yours. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
about playoff hockey.
As much as I want to say the Canadiens because they swept the season, I just feel like something's going to happen. I think the Hurricanes are going to win tonight. They're going to be up 2-1. Yeah. I think it's going to be the Hurricanes going to pull out the series.
All right. Would you want to do a dollar bet, Douglas?
$1 on the Hurricanes? Yeah, I mean, I would take that.
All right, let's do it. $1, baby. I want $150. I'm going Montreal. I think Montreal's going to do it. I think they're scrappy underdogs.
Sir, you want to do You want to do $1 too? Is that what you're saying? All right, sir. All right, I got the Canes. You got the Canadiens. All right. Sir could have $2 here. Woo.
Yes, I could get $2 or I could lose $2. This is the fun game right over here on this one.
Plus, sir, if the Avs come back and win the series, you're down another $50.
Yeah, they ain't fucking coming back. Let's be fucking honest.
Yeah, probably not.
There's no way in God's green earth that they're not going to come back. I'm just saying. Just saying on that one. And look at that, gentlemen. We got a quick round of talking about some Stanley Cup playoffs. Playoffs. That's right. We got one playoffs down. I figured, I'm kind of glad, Douglas, that we did not have the podcast last week. Because I figured.
Stu, in a very, very honest way, if it was a really close Game 7, I might have felt more emotion about the Pistons losing. But the fact that they got the break speed off them in Game 7 at home absolved me of any emotional feelings about them because I was like, dude, you got to be like, to have everything on the line against a division rival and to lose by 31 points at home. Like, what is that about?
Oh.
What is that about? Unbelievable.
And
especially after they played so good in Game 6. It's like, what are we doing?
I mean, that's how I feel about the Cleveland Cavaliers right now. Cleveland Cavaliers
by 28.
Yeah, man. Wow, yours. Why is my ESPN now refreshing? Yeah, 82-56, 84-56. Yeah, in Cleveland. So you're losing by almost 30 at home. Like, I know the Cavs are down 0-3, and chances of us coming back very slim, pretty much to none. But yeah, no interest in me. Like, I had no interest watching any of this game, and it's clearly shows why when we're getting our socks knocked off.
Yeah,
I'm kind of excited for.
Oh, sorry. I feel like it's a very disappointing, like right here, if Douglas, that you're a Pistons fan, because it's like, oh man, you should have won that series.
I mean, we had our chances, man. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you go to Game 7-2 at home, you kind of expect to be at least competitive. Like,
Yeah,
not sure
like,
what happened there.
this is like the worst type of loss. It's not like the refs lost. It's not like you had a big choke. It's like you had a collapse. Like you have no one
See,
to blame.
this is my favorite type of loss because then I can just completely feel like, okay, we just got outplayed. Like, I prefer to just be like, okay, like, we just got our asses beat. There's no excuses for it. Like, the better team won. Like, done. Like,
Okay.
I don't want it to be where I'm, like, pissed off because of the refs. Like, I would rather just see the players make the plays, and the Cavaliers made the plays, and they left no doubt about who should have won that series.
All right, this is a good
Really.
question, Dustin. Who would you rather have? You get cheated by the refs, like really egregious, or you pretty much were guaranteed to win this, and you choke awfully. Like this is like you like how did you blow this? What would you rather have?
That or a blowout?
Not blowout, but no, like you were guaranteed to win this series and you blew it and you lost.
Or get cheated by the refs?
Yes, or get cheated by the refs.
I would rather have a guaranteed and we choked it away and like not have there be a controversial call. Like, I don't want the officials to be a part of it. Like, I would rather just know wholeheartedly Cleveland made enough plays and we didn't, and that's what happened in Game 7. Like,
you would rather have the punt. I'm just trying to think of like the clock, like that punt in like Michigan State versus the Browns Jacksonville game in 2001 Bottlegate.
I would rather have the punt versus the JT was short play. How about that? Because you still can't convince me that he got that first down, no matter how many times you say it. I feel still cheated 12 years later, whatever it's been. And, like, I still am mad about that one. The punt, I'm like, now I kind of laugh about it because it was a crazy play. But the players won that play. Like, Reese and them get all hyped about it. I think it's funny to me now. The Ohio State one will never be funny to me. Like, you can't tell me in any angle you could possibly pull up that he reached that first down marker.
Yeah, that's still.
And you guys can say whatever you want, show me the angles. That's fair. Like, fine. But I still have an emotional response to that one. That's how I would feel in almost any situation.
You know what's gonna be
if the Lions are in the Super Bowl and Jared Goff throws an egregious pick six to lose it, big damn. But if they have like a blown pass interference call when like Amon-Ra is clearly about to score and somebody yanks his jersey and rips it off of him and we lose on a controversial fourth down, like I never want that. Like I can handle a player making a bad play. I can't handle the refs just egregiously missing a call that cost the game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Oh, would I ever have? That's a good question for me as a Cowboys fan because it's like the Dez catch, or the one time when that Connor Cook catch and they made it where we like blew it at the end. Like what was a worse pain? What was a worse pain for me? Can I pick none of the above?
I mean, they both hurt for different reasons, but like I would rather be like, dang, we didn't make the plays rather than I can't believe we got cheated. Because when it's the refs, I feel a fundamental level of like with all the stuff that's going on with gambling and officiating and all these other things, I feel fundamentally cheated in one versus one where I can say, hats off, you made the play that you made. Great.
I mean,
congrats, you did it.
I mean, there was a crazy story. I think it was like a Tennessee player that was like sports gambling. If you heard about this in college, and he might get barred by the NCAA because of this.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's the thing. It keeps happening. These stories keep happening. They pile up, and like, you know, the amount every time I open up like a social media app too, like I see a lot of sports stuff, and a lot of it has become about the NBA officiating and showing videos of like these crazy SGA flop calls or, you know, like these just incredibly frustrating things to watch. Like he didn't even get touched. And like they're like flopping. It's like it makes the game like I was so excited for the Thunder Spurs series, and I still am gonna watch probably the rest of it. But like it is hard to watch when Wemby's underneath her getting smacked, boom, this, and then SGA's jumping 8 feet forward and getting a foul call, and you're like, what the hell?
That's another reason that it's like I'm glad I'm not watching the Cavs game tonight. I mean, we're down by 30 now. Okay, 28, but. I wonder if he's still even in the game. I'm talking about James Harden. Like, when you have a player that's flopping on your team that much, it's like, dude, like, how do I want to explain this? Words can't really come to my mind, but so you're purposely like falling on the ground to try to get a call. It's like that's not how you play sports. But
Well, exactly. Like hockey, they would do the opposite. Like they're going to try to like everything they can. Like you're not, and that's why I think we all kind of have seemed to like hockey over the years a little bit more, because it's like the NBA gets unwatchable at times. Like watching some of these these calls, and I'm like watching, especially the Thunder. Like for whatever reason, like the way they jump forward and go sideways and just like go flying, and you're like, dude, like literally the guy's arms like this, and you went flying 8 feet. Like you're going to tell me that you're a strong 6'10", 310-pound dude, and you're getting absolutely not touched and flying across the floor. Like there's no way. Like this looks like the WWE out there right now.
And plus, we had that big scandal in 2009 with the sports betting was one of the refs, and he actually went to prison for this.
But I could have swore it was like last year or 2 years ago, like the NBA came out saying that they were going to start doing technicals for people that flop. Is that now not a thing anymore? Like, what happened with that?
Yeah, it seems like they got pretty soft on that pretty quickly.
Because there's people flopping all, and I'm not just saying it's James Harden and SGA like we mentioned.
I'll say James Harden. I mean,
those are definitely two of the players that flop a lot.
The worst offender.
But yeah, there's so many other players that flop, and they're learning it from these guys that go to the free throw line 10, 15, 20 times a game.
I mean, I feel like they're going into like the soccer or the footies, like the Brits like to call it, where it's like the footy flop. Like I'm trying to flop so this person can get a yellow card or a red card and get kicked out. You know what I mean?
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, and I feel like at least the NHL, I don't feel like there's a lot. I think maybe you get a lot more like, oh, you're trying to go hard to injure this person or hurt this person, so then you don't get a penalty.
Well, like in the NHL too, you can punch somebody in the face, and the refs are just going to be like, hey. If like you do that in the NBA, it's like they're going to randomly tee up people. Like if SGA gets hit in the face, like he is falling to the floor. Like it could be a tap like that, and that dude is flying through midcourt.
Yeah, it's like tap. Oh, I'm hurt.
Well, that's why people make fun of soccer, and like it makes sense because it's like you would see that, and it's like, dude, you didn't get hit, like you didn't get slide tapped that hard. Like stop it.
Yeah. At least the
World Cup's coming to North America, mid-July or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like at least the NFL we don't have like that type of issues of like people flopping as much.
Yeah, I mean flopping as much. There's still floppers in the NFL.
I'll say there definitely are guys trying to get the PI calls, but that's about it though. Like
yeah, you get like the PI calls, but I don't think there's anyone that's like, oh, he touched me, I'm hurt.
Yeah. Well, like I feel like they maybe need to either redefine what some of these flopping rules are, or get like different, like I don't know, because there's something off to me about the experience. Like some of these games get tough to watch.
Yeah, but I guess we could talk about the other interesting one, which is the Thunder and the Spurs. Oh, also, do you have any eulogy on the Timberwolves, who got eliminated?
I'm honestly surprised that they made it past the Nuggets. I was expecting it to be the Nuggets and the Spurs in the conference semifinal. Yeah, good job to the Wolves.
I mean, I hope that they get Anthony Edwards just a little bit more help because he's fun, but I mean, he can only do so much. I mean, Wembanyama is going to be unbelievable for the next 15 years. So it's like these teams are going to have to load up.
Yeah, it could be this one interesting. And also, we got to talk about this interesting one. Thunder versus Spurs, probably the most interesting finals. And people are saying whoever wins this could win an NBA championship.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean the Knicks, like I said, they're gonna sweep the Cavs. So the Knicks, whoever they play, whether it's the Spurs or the Thunder, it's not gonna be as easy as the Cavs series. But yeah, I completely agree. That the winner of this series, more than likely, I'd probably say 95% chance that they're gonna win the finals.
Yes. What a fun series too. I mean, it's been very back and forth. Obviously, both teams splitting on their home floor, which has been a lot of fun. But, I mean, Wembanyama is just showing that he's the best player. I mean, he's already the best player in the NBA. Like, I don't think that there's many people that would even debate that right now. Yes. Like, just the way that he impacts in every aspect of the game. Like, hitting logo threes, blocking 12 shots a game. Like, the dude is just unbelievable.
And
if
honestly,
you guys were to start building your team right now, who would you rather have? The reigning MVP, SGA, or the runner-up in Wemby?
Oh, Wemby's so hard.
Wemby.
Like, you can't buy
I don't know if Wemby was runner-up. I know Jokic was in there, so I might have misspoke. But, Yeah, I agree with you guys. I'd rather have Wemby as my leader on my team.
Yeah,
And honestly,
I don't
you
think
should.
you need that great of a team to put around him to win a championship. Like I think he is, just so unbelievable.
Yeah, honestly, and also you should be impressed with the Spurs because weren't they like really, really bad when Wemby came on, and it took them like 2 or 3 years, and now they're making it to the semifinals.
Well, yeah,
Well, I
this is
think he had
Wemby's
like
second year, right? And they just
I
have a
think
bunch
it's like
of
his
guys.
third. But he got like a blood clot last year. I think the end of the season early. So like this is first time that he's been healthy and they've had a team competitive enough to go into the playoffs.
Like you cannot get mad. And also, I will say it for the Spurs, the power of the nuns are commencing the Father and the Son of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday, Stu. Well, there was like 3 or 4 nuns that showed up to the game, and they blessed. I forgot it. Cornette, the backup center for the Spurs. That was great.
I mean, hey, how can you not get mad at nuns? I'm just saying.
Well,
It's
you
cool.
can't get mad at nuns. Yeah, they were staying like third or fourth row. So I don't know if the Catholic Church is paying for it or the Spurs are giving them free tickets. But heck yeah,
You put them back in the back row right there. Just bless it. Just bless it on this one.
Who would you gentlemen take the rest of the way in that series? Because I think it's going to go 7.
I think this one will go 7.
I want the Spurs so bad. I want them to be in the finals. Oh, it would be beautiful. It's hard, but yeah, I mean, money, like gun to my head, like Stuart says, I'd actually probably take the Spurs. Yeah.
I think the Spurs are going to do it.
Yeah. See, I think I've thought the Spurs were going to win it all for a while now. Like, I wish I would have put money on it because all they've done is convince me more and more throughout this playoff run.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes in this one. This is going to be an interesting one indeed in this one. But look at this, gentlemen. We talked about both NHL and NBA. And that is it for this week. Do you have any final thoughts on these 2 teams right over here?
Hopefully the Cavs can get hot here in the 4th, I guess.
It'd be like the Avs versus the Kings series. Not going to be.
Yeah, because like honestly, unfortunately though, I'm like maybe I'm missing something because everybody seems to think that the Knicks have like a real shot against either of these teams, but like you give me the Spurs, I give you a potential sweep. Like
we're gonna have a reverse.
It might be like if it was Spurs versus Knicks, it'd probably be like only highly watched because obviously like Wembanyama being in his first NBA Finals. But if it was just like Spurs versus Knicks any other time, if it was not with Wemby, no one would watch that series because it would just be a clean sweep for sure.
Let's see it. Yeah, maybe Wemby will have some MSG games.
Yeah, I always say it. Christopher, do you have a broomstick ready?
I have a couple brooms at home. I can bring those over to because what that's right. The first 2 games would be in San Antonio, then into to Madison Square Gardens in New York City. Yeah, we could drive a couple hours east and head to MSG with our brooms and start sweeping the streets.
We're going to sweep away. But anyway, gentlemen, that is it for this week's podcast. Next week, we're going to talk about more.
Next week we should know who's in the Stanley Cup, should we not? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about this week's NHL and NBA finals. We'll see who's going to be picked or get close to right over there. And maybe in a couple weeks, I'm just going to let you know, John, this is going to be a surprise. I'm going to have my couple buddies right over here. We might do some World Cup podcasting right over here. We're going to do a preview for the World Cup.
Let's go France. Let's go France. I know USA, but I like France.
USA.
I'm hoping to go check out the festivities when I'm in Houston here next month because they're going to do some festivities at downtown.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, honestly. The only thing that sucks is that for the World Cup is like the nearest one for us is in Toronto.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When I'm in Houston, I got to take advantage because it's like.
Is there nothing? I mean, I know Toronto's closer than New York, but is there? There has to be a game in New York, right?
Yeah, there's a game in New
Jersey.
New Jersey, MetLife Stadium, baby.
Mm-hmm. But Toronto's only like 3.5 hours away from us.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because it's like I remember when it was the '94 World Cup, they had one in the Silver Dome. Just saying, Douglas.
Yeah, I thought they would do something in Detroit, but then I think Dallas and Houston got some, and then like they're going to like Mexico City, which is a great spot to go to, and they picked really good sites. It's just a shame that there's nothing in Michigan or Ohio.
Plus, I strongly believe that they want to have fields with real grass because that's how you play soccer or football.
Footy. Footy. That's what the British
Like if
call
it
it.
was in Detroit, they'd have to like haul a bunch of real grass in there,
That's
Yeah.
fair.
That's fair indeed on that one. But anyway,
And that just
That-
shows you about Cleveland because we have real grass, but no, no World Cup games in Cleveland.
they're not going to have it in the Brown Stadium. No.
That would have been fun.
That would be fun, but it's not going to happen, let's be honest. Not on God's green earth. They're not playing at Brown Stadium.
Maybe the new one. Maybe the new one they built.
Well, we'll see. Maybe the new one because it's Browns indeed. But anyway, that is it for this week's podcast. And as always, gentlemen, I'm going to catch you later, Mr. Gator. So as always, take care. Bye-bye.